Welcome everyone to another passion interview with the Linn Academy. Very excited to have you with us and very excited about our guest today, who's going to be sharing with us a topic that is near and dear to her, which is living a healthy life. Before we get into the specifics of what Susan Schlank is going to be sharing with us, I want to make sure that we are giving you a little bit of insight on what it is the Linn Academy is, and what it is that where we started. So the Linn Academy originated through Denise Linn, and so Denise Linn, for those who may not know, is an amazing. I would say spiritual guide for those of us who have worked with her over the years. She is someone who has written over 20 books on topics like Feng Shui, space clearing, dream interpretation, soul coaching, which is part of what Susan's going to be talking about today with us, and many other topics. And so she has, through her travels around the world and her experience in her own life, she shared with us how we can all connect on a deeper level with our own gifts, and really help to heal the world in many different ways. So she's an amazing, amazing individual. And she has originated the Linn Academy, which includes programs in soul coaching, in space clearing, feng shui, dream interpretation, oracle card reading, many, many topics. And so we are a community that is connected on kind of a deep level through all of these programs through Denise. Just briefly, my name is Bill Schwingle. I am clearly a member of the Linn Academy, and I am lucky enough to be a host for these passion interviews. But let me tell you a little bit about the reason we're here. So Susan is a soul coach, but I've got a nice little bio that I'm going to read to you. So Susan is a best-selling author. Her previous collaborative books include Synchronicity, From Startup to Stand Out, The Power of Vision, and The Resilient Heart. At 16, she had lost both her friend and her mother. This led to her spiritual quest. She lived in a yoga ashram for several years in her 20s. Susan has spent much of her professional career as a speech-language pathologist working with children from preschool to high school. Her alternative careers include Feng Shui, redesign, soul coaching, and Let Your Yoga Dance. Susan co-founded and co-directed the New England School of Feng Shui. This is a school for Feng Shui, design, and holistic arts. Currently, she conducts private speech and language evaluations and home consultations. Susan has a zest for life and a love of learning. She is an active volunteer at 2 theaters, takes art and theater classes, is an avid reader, is an active gym rat, and is a world traveler. She considers her 4 beautiful children her greatest achievement in life. They're all married with children. She gets immense joy from her 8, soon-to-be 9 grandchildren, and you can contact Susan at susanschlank@gmail.com or through her website at www.susanschlank.com. Okay, so that's a lovely bio. Susan, welcome. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you, Bill. Nice to be here.
Fantastic. So why don't we start off by talking a little bit about how you started with the Linn Academy or Denise, and why this topic is a passion for you.
So, oh my gosh, it's probably way over 20 years. Yeah, it's probably 25 years ago when my partner Amy and I had the New England School of Feng Shui. We brought in teachers from various modalities, and we brought in Denise, which was a wonderful, wonderful experience way back then. And at that point, we brought her in to talk about Feng Shui, but she was just getting started in a new direction to do the soul coaching, and asked if she could talk about it at the workshop. We said yes. So my partner and I, Amy, went along with several of our other students. Her whole first soul coaching teaching experience was our school.
Wow, that's amazing.
So there were, I don't know how many of us, maybe 10 at the most, maybe. I don't remember the exact number, but it wasn't a big group, 7 to 10. We all went from Connecticut out to California to her ranch, and we're in her very first soul coaching training.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. Yeah, funny enough, I was in her last interior alignment training as a teacher. So
Oh,
funny how we all kind of beginnings and endings. I think they're important.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So how did this turn into your focus on living a healthy life?
So at the time I was married, unhappily married,
Mm,
and but didn't really have the courage to leave.
mhm,
And being in California, really examining who I was and my life experiences and what I wanted and how everything was affecting me,
mhm.
um, I knew that I had to get out. I was already a two-time cancer survivor,
Oh my goodness.
and I knew that if I stayed in this marriage, I was not going to make it.
Mm, wow.
So it took a ton of courage
Mhm.
that I gained when I was out there to say, I need out.
Yeah.
And it was one of the hardest decisions I ever made, took the most courage, but one of the best decisions I ever made for my health, my soul, my everything.
Sure.
Um, so yeah, so what was, I forgot, I lost track of the question.
Oh, that's okay. No, I mean, I think you answered it, which was, how did this help you kind of really focus
Oh,
on
okay.
living a healthy
And
life?
so
Yeah.
periodically I still run groups, soul coaching groups,
Hmm.
and go through the process because I feel like it's, it's not one time thing. It's not
Hmm.
a like, these are my, these are my values right now. These are my values now. They could
Hmm.
change 5, 10 years from now.
For sure.
And so I like to get a group going periodically. And whenever I get a group going, um, it's a step for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's like you re-examine what you thought before, things switch a little bit.
Hmm.
It's a very, very, very powerful process that I'm totally have totally embraced.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's great. So,
And
so when,
I think she's going to be offering it again in September, and
Mhm.
I'm going to be one of the mentors for that.
Oh, fantastic. That's great. So for those who don't know, Denise is going to be running a soul coaching program. It's a 28-day program, and Susan is going to be one of the mentors there. So she'll be able to give you guidance and support as you go through the program. It's an amazing program. I've been through it myself. As a soul coach myself, I understand, I know the power of this for people as well. So I highly recommend it. And then you'll get to connect with Susan again. Um, so Susan, why do you think it's important today for people to really be focusing on living a healthy life at whatever age they're at? Yeah.
So just to say that I have lived for 73 years.
Oh my goodness. Okay, wait a minute. You look amazing. Seriously, that's wow. I would not have thought that at all. But
Thank you. So I wanted to preface that, and I wanted you to hear how I stated that too.
mm,
Um, I, I got that wording from somebody else, but I think it's really important
mm-hmm.
to talk about how you've lived as opposed to how old you are.
Oh, I love
You
that.
know,
Mhm.
so I've lived for 73 years, and um, every year is a gift to me, and I I'm able to tap into joy no
Mm,
matter what craziness is happening in the world. And there is a lot of craziness in the world right now.
agreed.
So we need to be able to detach from that a little bit, get into our own space, our own joy, our own process. Um, and I think with the craziness of the world, I think that's even more important today than ever.
For
And
sure.
and as I mentioned before, as you get older, things change and
Mm.
your priorities change, and it's important to re-examine that on a
Mhm.
regular basis.
For sure. Yeah, I think that's really powerful. So you've mentioned you've run some programs with people really focused on this specific area. So can you tell us a little bit about how you've helped clients or how they've come, maybe aha moments they may have had as a part of this process working with you to really live that healthy life?
Um, that's a hard question for me to think about
Okay.
um,
Well,
because I don't have that
we can
prepared.
shift it up. We can shift up the question to just be, why would people want to come to you to really focus on this? So do you,
Okay.
yeah.
Or
Mhm.
I okay. Now that I'm like thinking of that, I have one client
Mhm.
who this is the most recent client. We did a group of maybe 5 women,
Mm-hmm.
all women. Doesn't have to be women. It happened to be 5 women,
Mm-hmm.
and she was a person that constantly denigrated herself in her head.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that. I'm not good enough. On and on and on and on. And we worked. Part of the process was coming up with a affirmation, and
Mm-hmm.
we worked on her affirmation. I worked on it individually with her from her values. We talked about her values, and then we came up with a 1-sentence affirmation combining those values that she could repeat in them every day. And she has said it has made a huge difference to her inner workings, her inner voice.
Yeah.
And she's doing very, very well. She's about to start to be a yoga dancer, a Let Your Yoga Dance teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was just one example.
Sure, sure, absolutely. I mean, I think that this work that Denise provides to us, that you deliver, it really is transformative, right? It's
It
something that
is.
really,
It really is.
yeah. So
And it brings clarity. It's like I keep coming back to the values because that's one of my favorite parts of it.
Mhm,
Because once you establish your values, it
mhm.
makes your decisions really easy in life.
I love that, and it's so true, right? But I love that.
Yeah, one of my high values is family. So last night I wanted to see a concert, but instead I watched my grandson.
Sure.
It's like, okay, I want to do both, which is
Mhm.
my higher value.
Right.
It makes life flow easier.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. So when you say kind of live a healthy life, how do you define that? If people were to come to you and say, well, what do you mean by that?
Okay.
How
Yeah.
do you frame that?
People ask me what I do, and every once in a while I'll come up with one thing, and I'm like, that's not just it.
Right.
It's kind of everything.
Hmm.
Um, I kind of relate it to the blue zones.
Hmm.
It's like um, eating healthy foods,
Ah.
exercising, moving,
Hmm.
having a support system, having people in your life, having passions, continue to learn.
Hmm.
Um, it's all combined. So
Sure.
I don't know which one is the major one.
Hmm.
Um, but my value is to continue to be vital.
Right. Oh, I love that. I
In
love that.
order to, I should have brought down my statement for you to read it to you. Um, I could,
Well,
I could.
if you want to send it to me after, I can include it
Okay, I will.
so that our
Okay, I
audience can
will.
hear that
So
too.
I've combined it into, one statement in order to be vital, in order to enjoy love and family and relationships. And,
Hmm.
so that becomes very important to me.
Of
And
course.
um, exercising is just, my daughter-in-law is trying to get into exercising, and
Hmm.
she's like, I wish I loved it. And I'm like, I don't really think about it. It's just a part of my life. It's just what I do.
Yeah.
I can't say I love to exercise,
Hmm.
but I wouldn't, I mean, I just do it.
Hmm.
It's a
Sure.
habit.
Yes.
I remember Denise said it takes 28 days to make a habit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and if I don't do it, I miss it.
Right.
So there's certainly, that aspect of it.
For sure. So you've been talking a lot about values, and there may be people out there who's like, I know my values. Why do I need to look at those again? What is the benefit to me to kind of assess that or look at that or even determine if they still serve me? What would you say to them?
Oh, it's so important because it's not just your values, but it's the order of your values.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, one of my values is having fun. I want to have fun, but is that above or below
Mm-hmm.
this one or that one? And so it really helps clarify
Hmm.
what, even if okay, yeah, my family is important, but what's more important? Is your health more? how do you weigh them?
Right.
And what I like to do, and this I did with Denise as well, is to write your values on a card and
Mm-hmm.
then start to order them. Does that feel
Mm-hmm.
like the right order? Does this feel like the right order?
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting because, people do have different things that are important to them,
For sure.
so
Yeah, and I think too, I mean, it's really interesting to me. I mean, I love that the putting on cards, the values, but how integral they are to, like you said before, the decisions we make
hmm
every day. So powerful to be able to focus on that. I love that about soul coaching, that it helps us to focus on those things.
yeah.
So in terms of, if someone wanted to kind of come to you and say, "Hey, I want to work with you," is there any kind of pre-work, would you say, that you would ask them to do to say, "Yeah, I'd love to work with you, but let's look at X, Y, Z."
Okay, so I go in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm going to do a Feng Shui consultation or a redesign consultation, I would talk to the person. Um, I would want to get a floor plan in advance, and if it's virtual, I would want pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have started doing virtual consultations.
Mm-hmm.
If it's soul coaching,
Hmm.
you can come with a clean slate,
Yeah.
and I could do individual soul coaching or a group.
Mm.
Um, I do find that it can be more powerful, even if it's just a small group,
Mm-hmm.
because there's an interaction with people. So in the 28-day program, we would meet once a week,
Mm-hmm.
but you get an email every single day. You're on the train,
Right.
as
Mm-hmm.
Denise says.
Yes.
Whether you follow every single day doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the train,
Right.
and amazing things happen with
Mm-hmm.
soul coaching.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
I,
really does.
I know.
Yeah, you've experienced
I
it.
have. I have. So I mean, this is such a passion for you, really helping people to kind of live a healthy life. And so I'm curious, you found your passion. What would you recommend for anyone else who's like, you know what, I just don't know what that passion is. I'm not quite sure where to go next. What advice might you have for them?
Okay, I think you follow, even if you have an inkling of curiosity,
Hmm.
follow it. So I took a class in Connecticut. I don't know about other states, but in Connecticut, when you're 63, you can take free classes at any state school,
Hmm.
um, uh, as long as there's an opening, and usually there is.
Right.
So I'm like, I just look through the list and say, what sounds interesting?
Sure.
So I took a class on stagecraft,
Oh.
which just sounded kind of interesting. I
Mhm.
loved it,
Uh-huh.
so I think, and I'm doing mosaics now. I
Oh.
sought out a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and this was Steve Jobs. I heard his lecture once at
Oh.
Stanford, and he was
Yeah.
talking about just, things don't have to be a huge passion to say, oh, I want to do that.
Right.
Just like, I wonder,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think you just find things that you kind of love.
Mm-hmm.
So I have found that approach to be um, more so easier or more fulfilling than saying, this is my big passion. Because
Right.
I don't know,
Well,
we don't really know what our big passion is, or it
that's the thing,
changes,
right? I mean, that's the
you
thing,
know?
and I'll say, for me personally, I've struggled with that over the years. Where's the big thing? Where is that passion that I'm supposed to just have that drives me to X, Y, Z? And it really is. I love that inkling of curiosity that you mentioned, because
Mhm.
that's to me, that's our inner guidance telling us, hey, don't forget this. This could be interesting. Consider this. And it's not the
Yeah.
big, explosive something as much as the, hey, something you can't quite let go of.
Right. Like I've been wanting to I used to have a book club that I adored,
Mm-hmm.
but they were all much, much younger than me and just got very busy in their lives. And the person who had organized it was my best friend,
Oh.
and she passed away. So the group, I kept trying to rekindle this group, and it just wasn't happening. But I missed it desperately.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to do it myself.
Right.
So I just kind of went on a mission to find women
Mm-hmm.
who like lived in the general area that liked to read.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I met this woman just once who came to pick up something from Facebook Marketplace, and we started talking. And I said, and she was new to the area, and I asked her.
Mm-hmm.
So this group of women is going to come together this week. Don't know each other at all. They're not even people that I know that well.
Right.
But I'm like, okay, this is really good.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
really excited about it,
I
but it
love
was
it.
just like I kind of had to push myself because I knew I wanted that. And again, it was just it wasn't like an overall I have to have a book club,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like I really like this. This makes me feel satisfied.
Right.
So I need to pursue it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Oh, that's amazing. Well, I guess in terms of how people might want to reach out to you, we've had some great kind of conversation here. I think people have really gotten an understanding of kind of your approach and the importance of values. But they may be getting that little inkling, or that maybe even an aha moment that they want to reach out to you. What's the
Yes.
best way for them to contact you?
So my website is Susan Schlank, SCHLANK.com.
Hmm.
And on there, I have, various things that I do. I also have my travel blog on there.
Oh,
That is a passion.
yes. Well, let's talk about that for a minute. Tell us about traveling.
I have always wanted to see different cultures, and if you, my chapter in Power of Vision is about my vision of traveling and how that has manifested.
I love that.
So ever since I was a little girl,
Hmm.
I was probably 5 when
Hmm.
I saw this documentary just sort of out of the corner of my eye about, I think it was about Thailand.
Oh.
And there, this woman with this hat on, rowing a boat down this river. And I'm like, oh my God, that's like so different than anything I've ever seen. And I
Hmm.
really wanted to see that.
Yeah.
And so I have, since my divorce, I have been to Morocco, Vietnam, Israel, Costa Rica, Bhutan,
Oh, wow.
Botswana, Zambia, Zimbabwe. Um, there's one other. I'm
Well,
just trying to
but
think.
still, that's
Mexico.
phenomenal. And so that's amazing to me. So
Yeah.
this passion came later in your life, right? And you just like, you
Yes.
know what? I'm just going.
Yes.
Mm.
So I've been able to make at least minimum one wonderful trip once
Hmm.
a year.
Hmm.
Some now I'm getting a little, since it's like you have to, when you start to realize that time isn't forever.
Hmm.
Like I had this experience not too long ago, um, when the doctor said, "Do you have any heart disease in your family?" And I went, "Oh no," and that's because I always thought of myself as medically like my mom with
Right.
breast cancer and
Hmm.
um, all that. By the way, I've outlived every woman in my family before me by almost 30 years.
Holy cow. Wow.
Yeah. So my mom was 39 when she died.
Oh my goodness. Mm.
So anyway, she said to me, "So do you have any heart disease in your family?" And I went, "Oh, my dad, but he was really old." And so she goes, "How old?" And I said, "Oh, he was 90 when he died." And she said, "Well, how old was he when he had the cancer? I mean, with the heart problem." And I
Mm.
said, "Oh, 12 years before that." And so she goes, 79. And I went, "Oh my God."
Interesting, right?
like,
Uh-huh.
like it was like, whoa. And so that kind of reinforced, even I already had this feeling, but it's reinforced it even more. You
Mhm.
have to grab every bit of life, love, experience while you can,
Yeah. Oh,
and
that's perfect. I think that's a great way for us to kind of wrap this up. That's so powerful. Thank you for sharing, and thank you for being with us today and sharing your passion and the insight you have about what it means to live a healthy life. So powerful. And so just a reminder for those, you can reach out to Susan.
you can contact me at susanschlank.com is my website,
Mhm.
or susanschlank@gmail.com, or
Perfect.
through the website, which is susanrschlank at
Okay.
gmail.com, either one of those.
All right.
So I would love to hear from you.
Awesome. And
Thank you.
will the I'm looking for. We'll make sure to include your statement too in the video.
Oh yes, I will email that to you right as soon as I get off the phone.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Susan. Really appreciated your time and your energy today. It's fantastic.
Thank you so much, Bill. I really appreciate this as well.
Oh, good. So glad. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us, and tune in the future for even more of these passion interviews with the Linn Academy. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.